Guys, good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? I'm only hearing in one ear. I'm only hearing in one ear today because of the headphones are acting up. I hope everybody is staying safe. I hope everybody's doing well. Let me put this in the Discord. I'm live. Happy holidays, y'all. Hope everybody is staying safe. Yeah. I had a good stream yesterday with the with the morning stream with Matt, and had a special surprise on the evening stream with Super Martin Joe from the BTLS show, Bubba the Lost Bone show. I hope everybody's doing okay today. I just woke up. If you guys didn't realize, yeah, what's up, guys? How's everybody doing? I hope everybody is staying safe. We're I give the hey, what's up? Good morning. I hope everybody is staying safe. Yeah, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss an upload, y'all. Share the stream, y'all, if you guys can. Share the show. Yeah, I hope everybody is staying safe. I hope everybody's doing well. It is your boy Jake. You know, Keanu. Hey, what's up, guys? Wings of Redemption, you're worse than DSP. Wings of Redemption. Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Sent you a link to your email. Yeah, if you can you come? Uh, Give me a minute. I need that drop. I need that drop. Not now, Charles. What, guys? On my way. Um, hey, what's up, y'all? You say you're fine? Like Jimmy? Like Jimmy? Let's see. Yeah, I hope everybody's staying safe. Everyone is doing safe. What's up, guys? How's everybody doing? What the fuck? He Nini's with Ray DeVito. That little stupid little Ray DeVito. Have my sloppy second. Have Alex Stein sloppy second. You damn it. Yeah. 3-6 Mafia. Let's see. Come on in. Come on in. Let's call Bobby Nick. Mm. Okay. Made the devil Lord. What's up, y'all? Yeah. What's up, guys? It was a great show yesterday. Two great shows. Oh, wait a minute.
Do-do-do.
Are you singing?
I'm singing. I'm in the
Hey,
middle of a guitar solo.
are you singing?
See if you can guess the song, Jake.
Uh,
Let
AC/DC?
it eat for a second. Do 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 do. I said every rose has its thorn,
Poison. Every rose has its thorn.
just like every night has
Has
its
its
song.
own.
Just like big
Every
Hudson swings
cowboy.
a big fat dong. Jake Hudson has a big dong.
Hey,
Hell yeah.
hey, by the way, dude, I didn't know you refereed matches too.
Yeah, I've done everything. There's nothing that I haven't done in wrestling. I started training in 97, right after my birthday on July 10th. Once you're 18, you're allowed to train. Nowadays, they let people sing or sing. I said sing because I looked up in my chat. Jack Mahogoff wants me to sing "Sexy Boy." He wants me to sing "Dun dun dun." Oh, oh, Sean, I think I'm cute. Dun, dun, dun. I know I'm sexy. Dun, dun, dun. I got the looks. Dun, dun, dun. The drive, the girls wild. I got the boobs. Dun, dun, dun. Really move them. Dun, dun, dun. I send chills. Dun, dun, dun. Up and down their spine. Jake Hudson's a sexy boy, sexy boy. He's got a big dong, big dong.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot of people. There's even right now. They're making. There's a person named Izzy. I think her name is. She was Bailey's biggest fan. She's wrestling now. She's only like 16, 17 years old.
Yeah, so I mean they're starting to let people train early. There's a girl in Ring of Honor. Um, fuck, I can't remember her name.
Roxy,
Who are you thinking of?
Roxy. She worked. She was formerly. She now works as like I think this her thing is like Roxanne Perez in
Oh,
NXT.
so you're thinking about Roxanne Perez in NXT? No, not her. This girl's 18. Her name is Billy Starks. She's on TV right
Oh,
now in Ring of
I
Honor.
know who she is.
She's in the middle of a
She
big angle right now. She's getting to work Athena, the champion.
at Final Battle.
But she's 18, bro. She's 18 and working. I was 18 and training. You get the difference?
She was trained. I've seen her. I've seen her wrestle when she was like 16, 17 years old.
Exactly. So she must have started training illegally because I don't know if that's something they allow now. But when I was training, they don't let you train until you're 18. So I met the man that was going to train me when I was 18. And then he went on to, I worked for almost a full year before I started working in front of people. So I was the first one at the ring, the last one to leave. My primary thing was wrestling. That was my goal to be a
Who
wrestler.
did you
So
train with, if you don't mind
I trained with
asking?
Kevin Landry, the Kevin Landry Pro Wrestling Academy. Adam, it wasn't Agawam. It was under Paul Roma. I know you know who Paul Roma is. So it was Paul Roma's
WWE,
school, and then
WWE.
Kevin took it over because Kevin was uh, Paul Roma's prize student. So I started training with Kevin, and then I branched out and I started training with Nick Barbary. He was a former jobber in WWF. He started the Millennium Wrestling Association. That was in like 2001. In 2000, I got to work with Yokozuna. I got to go on tour with Yokozuna,
Yeah.
and I got to actually work a six-man match. Jack Mahogoff says hello, by the way.
What's up,
Um,
Jack? I'm by the way, I'm live right now.
Me too. Super live. I've been live for 2 hours. It was
Yeah,
pretty tremendous. I had a great crew of people in here. I had
yeah,
unsavory character and Tambateri at the same time. That was pretty tremendous. I think I still have
yeah.
Tambateri in here. You never know who you got. You know what I mean? Until they type something, then you know what's up.
Yeah, you can check.
Uh,
I want to also bring up this little thing. What if wrestling can be like, now it's like, everyone says, "Oh, Nick Aldis wasn't going to go to WWE." He works for WWE now. People were saying that. A
yeah. See,
lot of,
when you come into the wrestling business, your goal, and if anybody tells you different, they're a liar, is to get to the WWF. That's it. That's why you get into wrestling to get. Now, I heard something brilliant, and I could steal this and take credit for it, but it was actually Bully Ray that said it. He asked, and I have heat with him. We've actually argued so many times. over things that make sense. I'll tell you what in a second, and you give me your opinion because I really need to know. I need to know somebody else's opinion, but I'll give him credit first. He asked somebody, "Why'd you get into the wrestling business?" And the majority of the answers are, "Oh, well, I watched wrestling my whole life. It's something I've always wanted to do. It's something to pass the time on the weekends. I'm a biggest wrestling fan. I always wanted to be a wrestler." You don't ever hear the answer that he wants to hear is, "I want to be a fucking millionaire." Because if you get into wrestling and you just want to do it for fun, you want to do it for hobby, then you're taking the spot away from someone that wants to be a millionaire, somebody that wants to be champion. TV time is precious. So when they put Piper Niven on TV, when they put Nia Jax on TV, that's a waste of TV time. When they kick off
Yeah,
Raw like they did last week with Sami Zayn and Drew McIntyre, and then waste a whole nother first 3 segments like last night, what they did with Jey Uso and Drew McIntyre, that's poor production. That's just absolutely pathetic. There's so many better
you
things you can be
know.
putting on television than that.
By the way, I just also want to say that I just did my final battle pay-per-view predictions, and I put up our interview we did yesterday on the channel
That's
for the
kick ass.
audio form. I couldn't. I tried to put up. The reason why I wouldn't put up on locals is because I tried to put up the one we did, um, the one I did with um, I did with the other guy I did with Matt from Boombastic Media, Wrestle Champs. We're trying to get Owen in here. Owen is a wrestling fan. When Bobby Nick comes in here, we'll have to stop the wrestling talk because he's not a wrestling fan.
Well, nobody tells me what to do, and I don't give a fuck what anybody else thinks. So I have
Yeah.
plenty of things to talk about, but I'm not going to not talk about something because somebody's not a fan of it. I'm not going to tailor
Uh,
fit my words and my thoughts because one person
uh,
doesn't like the topic.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. There's nothing to be sorry about, but I'm just saying there's
Yeah.
other ways of hey, once this guy comes in here, he doesn't like wrestling, but he can eat a dick because if he doesn't like it, there's 17 people in my stream watching. So eat a dick. We love wrestling. So there you go,
You
Bobby,
know.
whatever your name is. But regardless, go ahead. Go on. I got to hear what you're saying.
I want to ask this question is what do you was you there back in the day when Vince made PG or WWE ECW?
Yeah, of course.
Was you there when he made the decision to put the belt on him?
Made who put the belt on who?
They decided to put the belt on Vince
Oh yeah, dude.
ECW.
Let me tell you this. Let me just give you an idea. So from 1986 until now, I've never missed any televised wrestling, and I've never missed any house shows within a 4-hour radius of where I was living at the time, because I was very centralized. I was in the Springfield, Mass area, so I could go 45 minutes to Worcester, an hour and a half to Boston, an hour and 15 to Albany, New York, and then down an hour and a half to Connecticut. I could be to Stamford, an hour and 45, Bridgeport, an hour and a half. New Haven in an hour, Hartford in 20 minutes. So I've literally been, and then Philadelphia, New Jersey. Let's go, man. Maine, everywhere. New Hampshire, there's nowhere that I haven't been. And then I started working. And then once I started working in wrestling, that's when I got to go everywhere. That's when I really got to see the world. Even in Canada, I got to wrestle in Canada. Wow, wrestling is different up there. But
You know,
it's all good. So I want to run this Bully Ray story by you and get your opinion. So I'm
you
working on a show with Bully Ray and Devon, and it's um it's an independent show. I'm the referee. I'm in the locker room. I have my own spot. Bully Ray's on the other side. Now, what they want to get to is, now you mentioned Roxy. It's funny you mentioned her. You remember Nikki Rox? She was Roxy Laveau in TNA. She was Nikki
know,
Rox in the Indies. I don't think she ever made it to WWF, but she developed a real bad attitude. But she was nice when she was growing up, regardless. So
She was also Roxy in the. She was also Roxy in B. She was also in the crew VKM Voodoo Kin Mafia for a little
the
while.
what?
Voodoo Kin Mafia,
Oh yeah, yeah, I remember that.
the former the BG James and Kip James
Hell yeah, that was fun.
or sorry, Road Dog, Road Dog. I
I worked with them too. I was on the poster for the show when Billy Gunn was on the show, and
yeah.
the first thing he wanted to do was take pills and get his ass eaten as soon as he got off the plane. So that was kind of cool.
Hey, what's up, Bobby?
But here's the
Hey,
bully Ray story.
can you hear me good?
We can hear you.
Okay.
You're overmodulating on my end, brother. I can hear you way too good, and that's a good thing. I'm
Bobby,
just
this is Holyoke Joe. He's most known. Got his name. Basically, he's a Bubba the Love Sponge person.
Oh, cool. Right on. Yeah, I like Bubba.
Sorry, I don't know what to say about
I'll
call
sell
you.
myself. So when I started in wrestling, I was 18 years old, and my trainer gave me the name Holyoke Joe. I'm from Holyoke, Massachusetts. My name is Joe, so it just fit. I didn't think that name would stick, but it did. Then I went on to become a caller in the Bubba Love Sponge show, just prank calling him, busting him up about Hulk Hogan. And then he dared me to get Hulk Hogan tattooed across my entire back. So I took the dare. And 20 hours of tattoo work later, I have Hulk Hogan tattooed across my entire back. Then he christened me with the name Joe the Supermark. So I'm Holyoke Joe in wrestling, Joe the Supermark on the Bubba Show. My relationship with Bubba runs plus 20 years, and I was on every single show every single day until I landed in a hospital bed and I can't walk. So I really don't call because I'm in a hospital. You know, if someone's going to walk through the door all the time, there's going to be noises. The oxygen machine is loud as hell. It's just not good for being on the radio, if you feel me. But that's me,
Yeah,
Bobby. What's up with you? Tell me about yourself.
Not too much. Not too much. I do a podcast called No Filter with Andrew and Friends.
No
There's a bunch of
filter with
people
who?
on there. No
with
Filter
Andrew
with
and
Andrew
friends.
and Friends.
Adger?
Andrew.
Andrew,
Yeah.
Andrew.
And- yeah. And I also do another podcast called the BYB
BYB,
podcast.
the
B-
Backyard Boys.
BYB. What's the
Yeah.
backyard? What are you guys doing in the backyard? Grilling? Chilling?
We're not doing
Smoking?
anything in the back. It's kind of just a gimmick. But
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
So that's hot.
no, it's the
So,
same thing. It's just a bunch of people. You know.
so I know you're not into wrestling, and I had just trying to ask one question to Jake before we get off the wrestling topic. It was something I had already set up. And I was on a show with Bully Ray, and we're in the locker room, and they're talking to each other about what they're gonna do to this girl to draw out the baby faces. I think it was like Spike Dudley and Just Incredible to fight in a tag team match later that night. So my big mouth doesn't think before I speak. I turn around and I say, "Hey, well, why don't these guys hit her with the 3D, Just Incredible and Spike? Why don't they hit her with the 3D? Then you guys have a reason to come out because they used your finish on her." Bully Ray looked at me and he said, "Shut your fucking mouth and don't say another word." Like, we're in the locker room. There's no reason to be rude to me. Like, we're boys. We're working in the same business. I was actually, for the company that hired him, I was right up there on the top of the company. I was doing merchandise. I was selling tickets. My mother was selling tickets actually. So we were kind of like controlling the flow of money in the company. I even did a 50-50 raffle in Altoona, Pennsylvania at the Jaffa Mosque, and we made 1,500 off a 50-50 raffle. And you seriously, I had never done anything like that before. That was strong as all hell. But Jake, do you think that would have been good? You got two heels that are going to do a move on a woman, and I think they ended up just doing like a pile driver or something stupid because my idea was
Yeah,
too good. But if they're not the Dudleys and they use the 3D, then they hit the music. Now the Dudleys have a reason to come out. Does that make sense?
yeah.
What do you think? Do you
I think
think it
that's
was?
a good idea. But
I don't see any room for any other call on that. But again, I think Bully Ray he's always just trying to be the stiffest dick all the time. And I guess he won on that occasion. So he proved his point. Congratulations, Bully.
sorry, I love that Bully Ray goes on the shows and stuff and talks about like, you know, I got something I want to talk about. I talk about this guy all the time, but do you know who Kenny Bolin is?
Me?
Yeah,
I don't. I never heard of him. What does he do?
he
Talk about
he
wrestling?
he used to work at Ohio Valley Wrestling (OVW).
No kidding.
He was the manager of John Cena when Cena was down in
That's cool.
OVW. And
Did you
then,
know? Did you know John Cena's father became a manager?
yeah, I've also seen him wrestle a few times in the Indies. But let me tell you what happened. He's now when Jerry Jarrett died, when the great Jerry Jarrett died. Hello,
I'm here, bro. I'm listening. I can't wait to hear what happens next.
great.
Jerry Jarrett died. I know.
He what he did, what Bolin did. He did a show asking for donations and using Jerry Jarrett's death. to make donations for himself.
Huh. That's a carny for you.
When and then when here's the thing, Burt Prentice was a good person. Burt Prentice, if you know who Burt Prentice is.
I thought you said Mark Curtis. I thought you were talking about Brian Hildebrand, the
No,
rep that died of cancer in WCW.
No, Burt Prentice actually ran. This is the reason why TNA got their deal in Nashville.
Oh, did you say Burt Prentice?
Yeah.
Oh, I know him. Yeah, it's really hard to understand because you're a little bit lower. Bobby's hot as hell when he talks. That mic is strong, but it just sounds like you got like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm also listening. I'm also having issues with these headphones where I'm only hearing in one ear.
Wow. Maybe
you're
you just
kind of like echoing or something, Jake. I don't know what it is. All of a sudden, too.
Bobby, you wouldn't believe it. We did our first live on live yesterday, and everything was going smooth. Everything was audible. And then my nurse came in and she pricked my finger for blood sugar. After that, Jake's volume went down to like 1 on a scale of 100. He was like 1. I had the phone right up to my ear like this. I'm trying to hear him. I couldn't hear him at all. So we just backed off, came back on, and everything was good after that.
Yeah, I also want to say that this show's actually been, I want to say thank you to Michaela for letting me know about Holyoke Joe.
I'll thank Michaela too. She's awesome. She's always been there. She's amazing. She's never let me down once. She goes to bat. Yo, let me tell you something. She got banned in Bubba's Twitch because she went to bat for me. She went to bat for me because I was banned for no reason, and she knew it because I show the evidence. I have screenshots where I can show where people have it out for me. Just for what reason, I have no idea. I can't walk. I'm in a hospital bed. I'm bedridden 24 hours a day. Let me have a little fun in a chat room. Why ban me? What's the goal? Their excuse is that I'm so crazy in chat that I chase business away. Well, what are they doing by banning me? That's less likes, less subs, less whatever else, comments and all the above that make the algorithm work. And if you look, I actually posted some. You're on my Facebook now. So if you look at my Facebook, you'll see the Twitch year-end gimmick where it talks about what this. Look at how many hours I watched Bubba. Look at how many how many times I chatted. The numbers are off the charts. Take that away now. I'm banned. That means no chat, no hours, nothing. So who's losing and who's chasing business away? Egan McGillicuddy is chasing business away, and he brags about what a big he is. Like that's a good thing.
Bubba doesn't. Here's a little secret. Bubba doesn't care about the Twitch.
I know he doesn't care about anything really. He cares about his show, but he doesn't give a shit about the chat and what's going on in the chat because he lets these people, the mods, run the show in the chat.
He also lets Lumix and Anna run the chat.
Well, that's what you think, but in this midst of what I'm going through now, I had about a whole lot, a couple of texts with Lumix yesterday, and he just completely backs off. He says that he's sick of you spewing your hate, so you're done, and that's it. And Lumix won't go to bat. Lumix won't do nothing. Rhett too. Everybody thinks that Rhett is the one that's banning everybody, and the Rhett is the one that's in control. Rhett wants nothing to do with it neither. So that's that situation. Anyways, it really, really sucks because whereas I used to chat on all forums, now I just sit here and I'm alone and I got nobody to talk to. And I just sit here for the whole show, 4 hours in the morning and then and I just have nobody to. I see all my friends in chat talking, but I can't say nothing to them. I see questions coming up. There was a couple questions that came up today. People in the chat said, well, Joe would know that. Well, nobody answered it, okay? I could have. I had the answer. I could have typed it right there. And again, but then there's so many other people that say how much better the chat is without me, and it's not moving. Yeah. The chat just sits there. Nobody's saying anything. All they're saying is good morning to one another. Well, fuck that. Fuck good morning. And then after they're done with good morning, they start talking about the weather. What the fuck? Can't you drive any decent, real good content in the chat? Bubba's doing his thing on the show, and the chat is stagnant. Ooh, what are you lighting up? You got a cigarette?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. What brand? You got a Marlboro Light 100?
No, I'm in Canada. We don't even have Marlboro. It's Pall Mall.
Now is it the non-filter?
No, it's filtered.
So you got the generic Pall Malls then?
I guess, yeah. I don't know.
Because I used to run a liquor store for 16 years. So whenever somebody came and got a Pall Mall, the real Pall Mall was like, it was so expensive at the time. It was like $8 or $9 a pack. This was again back before 2008, because that's when I got out of the liquor business. But they even went up to 10 and change. And that was back in 2008 for the little shorties with no filters. But you could get the Pall Mall generic ones for like $3 and change. And everything, the full flavor, the lights, the ultra lights, the menthol light, we carried them all. So when those came out, they got really popular. Then people started rolling their own cigarettes. Then we had to carry that, and just everything just keeps coming out. Hey,
Yeah.
So, do you mind if I ask why are you in a assisted living facility?
You can ask anything. I could give you the end of the story, or you want to hear the beginning. I mean, it's your choice. I can make it quick no matter what, or I can make it as long form as you want. Just tell me what kind of answer you want, and I'll give it to you.
Either way, whatever you're willing to tell.
Well, I'm willing to tell anything and everything because I'm a wide open book and I always tell the truth. So I'll just start. I'll give you the beginning and then I'll jump to the end. So the beginning is I'm 40 years living on this earth, a phenomenal athlete in professional wrestling, and then I went on to be refereeing and just no problems physically. I never went to the doctor. I worked 7 days a week, 12 hours a day minimum every single day. People are like, what are you working on Sunday? I just worked. That's all. I got bit by the work bug at 14 years old, and I just kept working. And then at 40, I was at the beach in Hampton Beach, New Hampshire with a beautiful girl. We spent a wonderful day on the beach. And then my foot just acted up and it started hurting like crazy. And then it made its way up to my ankle. And I'm like, what the fuck? I let a week go by. And it came. And then I just fought it for 6 months straight. Didn't go to the hospital, didn't go to the doctor, nothing. Finally, in November of 2017, I caved. I said, I need to go. I went to the emergency room. They did blood work, x-rays, ultrasounds, everything you could think of, nothing. I went back to my car in a wheelchair, and it hurt so much just to put the gas pedal. So I still needed to work, though. So I ended up having to split my money with my business partner in direct sales. I go to people's homes, and I sell them shit. Kirby vacuums. You know, I'm sure you've heard of Kirby, right, Bobby?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was selling these things, but I had to cut my money in half because I couldn't do the physical labor. Obviously, you could tell I could talk my fucking ass off, so I could talk my way into anybody's home and get them to buy anything I was selling. But once I couldn't walk anymore, it really compromised a lot of shit. I couldn't carry the box in. I could do the paperwork. I could do all the brain and mouth stuff. But so I'm making, like, let's say a $700 profit. Now it's only $350 because I got to give $350 to the guy that carried the box and set up the stupid shit. So I went on with that for like maybe a month and a half, and then it was a wrap. I was done. I ended up going to jail because I was self-medicating with angel dust. I had tried Percocet, cocaine, everything under the sun, and I was just in so much pain, nothing could touch it. And then I was with this really, really hot girl, and she turned me on to angel dust. I didn't know it was angel dust. It was just a blunt. So I smoked the blunt, but then the foot pain like kind of subsided. And I was kind of like felt normal again. I'm like, all right. So because nothing else worked and I'm forced to self-medicate on my own, I got an angel dust hookup and I was able to keep some around me at all times in case of emergency. And I stayed doing that for a couple months. And then I ended up getting arrested. I ended up getting caught with angel dust. So I ended up going to jail. In jail is when I first started to get the first medical treatment of my life. They actually started to try to figure out what the problem was. They gave me prednisone. That just made me an animal in jail, trying to fight everybody. But the guys were scared of me because I was bigger than everybody else. So they all just treated me with mad respect, even though I'm really just a pussy. But regardless, that's between us and everybody else. I don't care. Come fight me. You'll kick my ass. I guarantee it. I can't walk. That's the funniest thing is about on Bubba's show today. He was talking about how Iggy McGillicuddy hates me and wants to kill me. Those are the words Bubba used. Bubba said, if he comes and he meets up face to face with him, he wants to kill him. He's threatened a man in a bed. This man, Iggy McGillicuddy, that everybody's afraid of, that's so strong and such a badass and served in Iraq in 1991. Appreciate your service. Well, this man has threatened me before and said, he's going to kick my ass. Well, I'm not going anywhere. I'll tell you where I'm at. You can come and try and get close enough to me, to just close enough so I could touch you and see what happens. And if he kicks my ass, hey, he likes to abuse handicapped people. Good for him. But moving on. So I'll fast forward to the end. So now you know
We had a
why.
little
Go ahead. You
issue.
got a question? Before I get to where I'm at now.
No, sir. I wasn't asking a question. I was just. My worker is here.
Oh, he's got someone talking to me.
Oh, okay. So I'll continue. So things just got progressively worse. They couldn't figure out what was wrong. Eventually, my legs blew up in size. They tripled with lymphedema. Ulcers broke out, drainage, leakage, blood.
Oh, no.
So that went on for a year. And then finally, I went to the hospital in November of 2018, a year after the time I went to the first emergency room. And my legs were blowed up and it was nasty. They just one bag of antibiotics hung after the other, and they sent me out of there a month later with nothing. Nothing was different. I was there for Thanksgiving. It was great. And all of a sudden now, nothing. They sent me home. I'm still in the worst pain, plus level 10, like you can imagine. I go back. They said, yeah, we can't prove it's an infection, so we can't admit you. It's not safe to go home. So they put me in a corner of the emergency room and just left me there. They acted like I wasn't even there. And I was right next to the break room is right next to where I was at. And these people party all night long. The employees, they don't stop. They're loud as F, screaming, hooting, hollering. Sounded like a pizza party on crack. Yo, it was crazy. So, anyways, that's the gist of the situation. Things just got worse. I went back home. This is the killer. When I went back home, I was still in so much pain that my doctor wouldn't prescribe me any pain medication, like they never do for me, anyways. And by Christmas, the day after Christmas, December 26, 2018, I got an emergency appointment with the pain management clinic, but I was on blood thinner and they can't give you injections if you're on blood thinner. So I sat there for 2 hours and talked my ass off for nothing. So then by then they can't do nothing for me. I went to the emergency room at a different hospital, and that's when I sat in the waiting room for 13 hours. I was there from 10 in the morning and I didn't get seen until 11 p.m. They took me in the back. I told them about my legs. The doc took pictures and I told them I had developed some new pain in my perineum. So they sent me for a CAT scan. They discharged me the next day around 12. I got home around 2. They had to carry me upstairs in a stair chair. And all of a sudden, my scrotum blew out like a watermelon. It was so huge. I guess
What?
through all the compression and elevation that I've been doing, trying to work this, they told me that it would work the infection up and out through my urine, but it didn't come out in my urine. It blew up my scrotum. All the infection it pulled there. I was septic. It's called Fournier's gangrene and necrotizing fasciitis. I was basically dead. I was one cog away from being dead.
That's the sepsis is what got Redbeard.
Yeah, Redbeard. Yeah, I remember. Fuck.
So they ended up saving my life, put me on ketamine and more ketamine, and then they did the operation. When I woke up, my legs were back to the normal size. All the ulcers were cleared, and they weren't done because they messed up some shit. So I ended up going back to the OR 4 more times. Apparently, when they took the sutures out, the scrotum just opened right back up again. So they had to try dissolvable sutures. I'm like, yo, if those fell out and they weren't dissolvable, what about when they dissolve? Is it just going to open back up again? So that was pretty intense. But regardless, got through all that. Tell me, what's up?
Sorry, I'm sitting here.
I thought you had a question.
No, I'm right here. I'm sitting here. In this when you talk about medical stuff, I started thinking puke.
Yeah,
Well, Bobby,
that
yeah.
story's pretty rough. Yeah.
Yeah, so then, I went to a rehab after that. I was there for about a year, about an hour away from home. I did some baby steps. I did some walking, but then I got into it with the DON, the director of nursing, because she didn't want me to walk. She wanted me to sit on a commode. And I'm like, no, I want to walk. No, you're going to sit on it. Then get me the hell out of here. That day I asked for my discharge. That was the first time COVID had come to that facility. COVID was new before that. But they stayed the COVID out of there for months and months. They did all the right things. But then they fell loose and the CNA started not social distancing and having a bunch of grandbabies over for a sleepover, and then another one's telling me, oh, I'm getting out early today. I'm going to play soccer. Well, you guys are working with our health. You're taking our lives in jeopardy, and go and live your life. That's awesome. So I got COVID. I was discharging on Thursday. I brought COVID home, and I laid there for 7 days. By the 7th day, I couldn't even talk. I'm spitting up all different colors, and the nurses are coming every day and checking my temperature, but it's 98.4 every day. The temperature was the big gauge whether or not you had COVID, but my temperature was fine. So they didn't do anything until the 7th day, where I was totally just freezing cold, dripping sweat. I haven't eaten. So they said, you got to go. So they brought me. I tested positive for COVID. I almost died there too. The doctor looked me in my face while I got this big stupid mask over my whole face. And he says, we've done all we can do and your oxygen isn't going up. So you're going to need a tracheotomy. And I waved off the trach. And then we did a trial of hydroxychloroquine and it worked. And after that, they even wanted to do a blood plasma switch where they take somebody with the antibodies and take my blood out and put theirs in. I'm like, nope, nope.
Hey, I'm not responsible for anything Holyoke Joe says. YouTube, we can't talk about that medicine because that can get you, because we're not medically professionals. Anything we're saying is Joe is telling a story. YouTube.
Yeah, I mean that's what they did. It was a trial. It wasn't like, I'm not saying it worked. I'm not saying it's the best, but it's just
I'm worried. That's Bubba got one of his 14-day bans on YouTube.
Yeah, but it was different. It was a different situation. They're talking about the benefits. I never said it. I never said the benefits. I never said it worked. I give all credit to God. God is what got me through that. God is my medicine. Doctors practice medicine. God doesn't have to practice. So God is the one. There's no medicine. There's no treatment. There's nothing else but God. My favorite 2 words, but God. I could have been dead, but God. So I'm still alive. And I came through 3-4 more times after that through faulty oxygen equipment. It was this. I don't know if you can see this machine, but that machine there failed. And then that machine is the big failure. That's the oxygen concentrator. Both those machines put my oxygen levels down below 50s. I had to be carried out of my home multiple times over and over again. And then just to come home to a bad hospital bed that made me, now I'm crooked. My body's crooked. So it's negative. But look, and I want to tell you guys something. We can look back to everything I just said, and we can say being in a bed is a step down. Not being able to walk is a step down. The almost dying all these times is a step down. I don't look at it like that. All of that stuff is a step up. Because with every problem came a lesson, came more strength. There's something in the Bible that says weakness is made, something about perfect God's strength is wonderful. I can't remember it because I'm overwhelmed right now. But our weakness is made perfect in God's strength, I think is how it goes. It is so true, because all that stuff was getting me ready for when I was going to be home alone with no care and how I'm going to do what I do. So now I've been able, when I was home, I was able to sustain for 20 hours alone. I had a hospital table. That's what I have here. My lunch sitting there. I don't even know what it is. Let's find out. What does it look like? What is that?
It's another one of those fish sandwiches that you
get out of here. That's gross. I'm probably going to not eat today then if that's the case. So regardless, so here's the deal now. So I'm comfortable at home. Oh, Jake, I see you in my chat. What up, cuz? So everything is fine. For a year and a half, I stayed out of the hospital. I got PCAs at home to come and help. I don't need much help.
That's what I have right now working. I have a PCA.
Yeah. So I only needed 4 hours a day. I just needed to cook breakfast, pass me a washcloth, clean my body, and then cook me lunch and then beat it. Because I fasted for 20 hours. I didn't need to eat supper. It's unnecessary. And I just lined up my drinks. I got my ice. I had everything I needed to sustain until I saw somebody again at 10 a.m. the next day. So then, Bobby, I was living 20 stairs up. So in order to get me to a hospital, the firemen had to come and carry me down 20 stairs. Well, they had to do that 5 times. They got pissy about it and said, we don't want to do it ever again. So my mother and I got evicted, a no-cause eviction. She had been living there for more than 15 years, paid cash first of the month, every month. They evicted us for our own safety. So they split me and my mother up. They've been trying to do it for years. They tried to put me in a nursing home while my mother still had her apartment. I said, I don't know how many years my mother has left. If anything, I'm going to live them with her, not in a freaking nursing home. They still were fighting me on it. I said, what if it was you and your mother? Would you want to go live in a nursing home, or would you want to live with your mother? Oh, we'd want to live with our mother. Yeah, no shit. So no, I'm not going to the nursing home. So I ended up getting to go home with my mother, but they got their way. They just got their way a month ago. They separated. She had to go to the hospital because her foot turned black. This is the crazy part, Bobby. Wow. She got exactly what I got 2 years later. She doesn't eat what I eat. She never did drugs. I did. But everybody says it's the drugs is why I'm in this situation. Obviously not. If my mother got it and she never did drugs, that tells me there's something in that apartment that got into us. And our great hero, Dr. Dan Diaco Esquire, he said he thinks it's a parasite. And he thinks that if I use a certain type of medication for a certain amount of time, it would kill the parasite, and that I'd see all these different symptoms that I'm going through now all go away. But my doctors, no doctor that I encounter listens to me. They all think I'm crazy. Therefore,
Yeah.
they're calling Dan Diaco, our doctor, our hero, crazy. And now I'm just stagnant. There's no healing going on. I mean, there's healing because God says, by my stripes you're healed. And that's great. And it's on the way and I feel it. But the actual healing, to not have the little problems that I do have, just isn't going anywhere. So now I got shipped off. I got evicted from my home. We lost everything. My mother's in a nursing home 2 hours away. They couldn't place me there, and she didn't want to come here because I'm out in the Boston, Massachusetts area. My favorite place in the world, not. So beyond that, brother, that's kind of like the gist. So now I'm just here alone, which is cool. I like being alone, but I don't really have anything that I used to have, and that sucks. So I'm basically starting all over again with nothing. And I picked the wrong place because in this place, they don't come. They just don't come. They're done. I won't see nobody again until when the nurse comes to prick my finger around 4 for supper, and then I'll get supper 4:35, and then I won't see nobody again.
Yeah.
I just I didn't know places like that existed. I was used when I was in a rehab for it was actually a respiratory rehab. That was their excuse why they couldn't help me physically. So they basically just gave up, but I gave up on them after that. So it's all fine. But I never knew there was a place that you could go and they would just leave you alone to completely fend for yourself. I struggle harder than I've ever had to struggle. I deal with more bullshit than I've ever had to deal with. Anytime somebody comes into this room, something gets ruined. Something gets broken, lost, dropped. It's
or the audio acts up.
Oh, is that what? Oh, you're funny. He's a funny bastard. Bobby, he's got jokes.
The audio acts
he
up.
thinks that the nurse has a gimmick like a radio type blocker in her deal that shuts Jake Hudson down. She's got a Jake Hudsonometer. Oh, that knows it so itchy.
So you don't have a call button or anything by you?
I got a call button. I got
you
a call button.
A call button.
Yeah, I got it right here. Let me show it to you. It's pretty cool. So that's my call button. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know where the camera reaches. That's the call button. And when I ring it, it goes up there. That's pretty high up. I hope you can see it. It's all the way up there. Yeah. That thing lights up red, and they don't come. It takes them and they don't come. So let me give you an example. Yesterday, I was supposed to have my meds at 10 o'clock in the morning, insulin, 55 units. And the nurse didn't come until 12. I had to call downstairs. I talked to the secretary. She said she'd get her. She never came. I rang the buzzer. The aide came. Hey, I need the nurse. I need my insulin. Oh, insulin. Okay, I'll get her. Never came. So when she checked my blood sugar at 12, of course it was sky high. My blood sugars are down in the hundreds through intermittent fasting. I was at around 250s every day. And then Anna Hummel talked about intermittent fasting. So I figured, let me try it. So I started at 15, then I went 16, 17, 18. Now I'm 20 hours. It's easy. 20 hours. I was doing 22 hours when I was living in my own place. But now in this dump, they got fucking 3 shitty meals a day. The food is absolutely so disgusting. And I kind of talked about this on my stream this morning, but it pays revisiting that I don't complain about food. I'll appreciate anything. When I was in the hospitals and the other rehabs, never complained about the food once. I actually put over a bunch of things. But here, the eggs smell and taste like my shit. My shit smells like it tastes like the eggs. The lunch, whatever it is, it smells like the shit. So I thought it was just me. I thought they were either poisoning me or thinking that I can't shit on my own. So they're putting something in the food. But then the guy that does the menu, he told me, nah, bro, it's everybody. You go up and down the hall, that's the same smell. It's all you can smell. So they are putting something in this food different than anywhere I've ever been or seen.
How you doing?
And it's always the same smell too.
What's up, Jack Mahalo? How you doing?
Jack Mahalo. Hey, Jack Mahalo. I was Timotary up here. Mostly Nova Scotia. Bobby, do you know Timotary?
That's what one level experience.
Timotary from Muscle Beach, Nova Scotia. Yeah. What part of Canada are you in?
I'm in Alberta.
Calgary?
No, closer
Edmonton.
to Edmonton. Yeah, closer to Edmonton, yeah.
Closer to Calgary or Edmonton?
Edmonton.
The Oilers. Your favorite?
Yeah. No, actually, I don't like sports. Period.
Neither do I.
I
I
don't
don't
even
like
like
any
hockey.
sports. Just sports entertainment. That's all. That's what gets me.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
there's so much.
I used to be into wrestling, but
What?
I don't know.
Holyoke. Quick question. What did you think about when Owen Hart died? Was you there when Owen Hart died, or?
I was watching that on pay-per-view, and I was really sad because I had gotten to meet him a bunch of times, and he was always so funny and so cool. Like that's an aspect of wrestling that nobody really understands unless you've been on the road. These guys just they have so much life experience and traveling and people and interpersonal skills that you can't be a wrestler nowadays in the WWF or be a televised wrestler and not be brilliant, not be so smart that you have wisdom that nobody else has. But on the flip too, they are some of the funniest bastards. Like Randy Orton for one. Like I ate dinner with Randy Orton once, and I couldn't even eat. He had me laughing so hard, yo. He's so funny, but he plays the Viper on TV. You know what I mean? Like cold in his veins, like so mean. But he was just so
Um.
funny. And same thing with Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's hilarious. Stone Cold is so funny. I went
Um.
shopping with him. Ironically enough, you know what's crazy? I tell the story all the time because it's huge. I mean, did you ever go shopping with Stone Cold Steve Austin? I don't know
No.
anybody that did, but I did. I got to go to the Cambridge Side Galleria in Mass. Do you remember Jake when he threw Vince McMahon off the boat in Boston and he was wearing the Patriots 316
Yeah.
jersey and he threw him off like the tea, like the Boston
Yeah.
Tea Party? Well,
Yeah.
that was in Cambridge. The mall was right there. It's called the Cambridge Side Galleria. I hooked
Yeah.
up with Austin after, and we did the whole mall, and we had security walking with us. You won't believe this, but the security would go into the store, kick everybody out, so we could go in, walk around, shop, buy nothing, and come back out, and then they let people go back in. Like that was serious, and that's the first time I ever had Cheesecake Factory. Ironically enough, I'm in Arlington, Mass. I didn't know it. Cambridge is 6 minutes from here. When I picked this place, I didn't know this place was in Boston or what I'd ever picked it. But I found out because I looked on DoorDash for what's around, and it said that they could have Cheesecake Factory here in 23 minutes. I'm like, what? Where's there a cheesecake? Where am I? Just that one in Cambridge that I ate at the first time. Fucking tremendous. I want you guys to talk. I'm hogging it all. I don't want to hog nothing, but
Yeah. By the way, by the way, you got someone in your chat. No name Mark. I think no name Willie.
oh, No Name
No.
Willie's Maria Guatemala's husband.
No name Willie. He's in your. He's in your on your chat list.
Yeah, No Name Willie. He's awesome. That's Maria Guatemala's husband.
By the way, vote for. Did you vote for Marie Guatemala yet for the no for the Baker thing?
I vote every day, especially since it's free. If it's free, it's for me, and if it helps out Maria, that's even better. I'll just inform you quickly, Bobby. Maria Guatemala is the most amazing person that I've ever met in my entire life. She is just such a genuine, just amazing, classy person. And she's beautiful. And she can bake. So she's in the Greatest Baker competition. It's the greatestbaker.com. And her shoot name is Maria McDonald. And dude, she bakes the illest
She's in your
cakes.
chat. By the way, Maria's in your chat. She just posted it.
So she's changed my life for the better. I was a
She's
big time
currently
heel.
fifth. By the way, she's currently fifth in the. She's still fifth in her group.
Bobby, can you hear Jake good?
He's kind of echoing. I don't know what's going
See,
on.
I can't even hear. He's so low that I can barely even hear him. So I'm thinking about doing what I did yesterday and trying to dip out. It's hard for me to get back in because I've never used StreamYard before yesterday. So it took me somewhere way far back, better off than just hitting a link. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to dip out and come back in and see if I can be able to hear him because I'm struggling so much to hear him and I still can't hear him. So I'll be right back. Okay.
All right, man.
I'll be right back.
Or
Well, he'll be
oh,
back.
by the way, Matt doesn't want to do any shows with you. Matt from Boom Bassett Media doesn't want to do any shows with you, Bobby Nick.
Good for him. I don't give a fuck.
He said if Bobby Nick doesn't, he doesn't want to be on any shows with you, Bobby.
Well, good for him. I don't want to be on any shows with him either. Then he can go fuck himself. He can suck my fucking dick. Like what did I don't even understand what the fuck did I ever do to him, that fucking cunt.
I don't know. Don't shoot the messenger, please.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to be mad at you, Jake. I'm just pissed off about that situation because like I just randomly noticed that fucking I was blocked or not blocked but unfriended on Facebook and I didn't even say anything to the fucking guy. It's like what the
Guys,
fuck is
go. That link that I just posted is from Maria. From Maria to help her
That's
out.
awesome, bro. Thank you so much for helping her out. Oh wow, I don't know how he did it, but Tampa Terry just placed 2 votes for Maria. He must have
He
2
might.
different gimmicks. And I got the link in my chat. So if you want to vote Jake, that's awesome.
I already voted for her.
Today
I voted for yesterday.
and today,
It's not been 24 hours yet.
every 24 hours, brother. Don't forget it. The time goes by really easy.
I don't know.
something happened there?
Yeah.
Let's see if it comes back.
He hit the button. He hit a button.
Yeah, maybe. It's a possibility. Oh, there he is.
I
That was
get.
my fault.
Hey.
The
Hey.
button. There's a button down at the bottom that says leave with a red X. My fat
Yeah.
palm hit it when I was
Yeah.
over here
I'm
changing
sorry.
positions.
Yeah, it happens.
Don't worry about it.
So
Listen.
I want to know what's going on with Bobby. Who banned you, brother, or whatever, unfriended you?
Oh,
Oh,
just some mad guy.
Matt, who? What's his name?
Matt from
Matt,
Boombastic Media.
yeah, Boombastic
He's a
Media.
he's
Matt Cardona?
no, not him.
Yeah.
It's funny
Not
when I
Zack
make
Ryder.
subtle wrestling references because Jake gets them all. He knows everything.
Not Zack Ryder. That guy. By the way, did you hear that basically Matt does a show with a form of someone who used to work with Bobby
No shit.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
in podcasting.
Who's the guy?
Owen.
Owen
Yeah,
who?
guy named Owen.
Oh, I
A
thought you were
guy
gonna
that
say. I thought you were gonna say that smart Mark Sterling guy.
Oh, Mark, Smart Mark Sterling, who's going to be
So,
working in AEW. He's going to be no, he's going to be in the Ring of Honor. He's going to be in part of one of the matches at Ring of Honor Final Battle. Ugh.
so he went to the same wrestling school that I went to way after I started training. I actually used Mark Malibu on one of my shows. I'll send you the link today. Did you get to watch the Hulk Hogan stuff with me in the
I
ring? Did
haven't
you get?
watched it yet. I haven't. I've been
What a
busy.
loser! How the fuck I sent you such amazing footage and you didn't even look at it?
I've
But don't
been
feel bad, brother.
busy.
That nobody looks at it. Whenever I send people links and shit, nobody watches the videos at all. So don't feel bad at all. You're in the same boat as everybody else. But I know you'll make time to watch it, and that's cool.
Yeah.
So regardless, so Mark Malibu went to my wrestling school. That was his name, Mark Malibu, and he was the shit as a wrestler. And then he started doing filming and documentaries. So he asked for one of my Bubba tapes that had like all my best calls on both sides of the tapes. It was an original tape. He lived right now. He lived local. So I'm like, yeah, man, take it. He used it for his documentary, and then he moved to New York, like 2.5 hours away. He moved to Long Island in Massachusetts. So I hit him up. I'm like, yo, can I get my tape? He goes, I lost it when I moved. So that motherfucker lost my one and only Bubba tape. I mean, I have 500 plus tapes. That's nothing. But this one was the one I kept right in front of my radio, right there on the entertainment center. And I'm like, here's this one. You're gonna give it back to me, right? And I trusted him. And he fucking lost it forever. And I still regret that. Now I have to see he's got action figures. Now I have to see him on AEW. Now I have to see him on Ring of Honor. And every time I see him, I can't help but think, I want my fucking tape, man.
Oh, by the way, I did share. By the way, I did share Maria's a page on Facebook.
I just shared a picture of my nuts.
Yeah. But
Not my genitals, weirdo. My honey roasted peanuts. I got a little bag of peanuts. When I went away for a heartbeat, I snapped a quick picture of the peanuts because I was excited. I've been craving peanuts. Not peanuts, peanuts.
Okay. Yes.
I do crave penis sometimes too. I'm not gonna lie. My own. I love my penis.
Hey, I
You
got a
guys love your
question
penis?
for you. I got a
Jake
question
Hudson,
for
be
you.
honest. Do you love your penis?
I guess.
Nice. Me too. You missed
But
it, Bobby. I was singing songs about Jake's dong before you came on.
Oh, were you? I need
Yeah.
to hear that.
yeah,
Jake
Actually.
Bobby Nick
Hudson's dong has got it going on. Jake
is.
Hudson's dong has got it going on. Jake Hudson, can I come onto your show? Onto your show. We can get naked and make our dongs grow. Make them grow. I hear that Bobby too has got a big old dong. A big old dong. Drop your pants and we'll
What
see
the What
just how
the
long.
What's up, big curse?
There you go.
Hey, by the way, guys,
That's a
if
shoot, bro. That
anybody,
parody, that just come off the rip.
There
all
you
right.
go.
By the way, guys, if anybody that wants to give to the stream, there's my cash app.
That's a nice chair. That looks comfortable over there. That's leather.
Talking about
What's all
you,
that?
Bobby, Nick.
Christmas presents?
Oh,
That's
he's talking about
exciting.
this is a photograph. By the way, this is a photograph. The backstage back.
There you go. T.
But I hope. By the way, Bobby Nick is a good person.
What's his last name? How do you spell it?
Bobby is actually. You want me to give him your shoot name?
Yeah, I don't care.
Bobby
I don't care.
Havens. His last
That's my real name.
given Havens. Bobby Nick is just a gimmick.
Bobby Mick or Nick with an N?
In
An N as in Nancy?
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I see it. My eyes are really bad, so I was training to see it, but I can't see.
Yeah. Bobby Nick is Nick for nicotine.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, you into that nicotine. I thought it was Bobby Nick. Like, yo, what up, Bobby, my Nick?
I know.
By the way, I'm gonna answer. Jack Mahagov says, "Ask Jake if he rather see Dr. Dan or Anna nude."
He's asking you or me?
Me, he's asking me that question.
Okay, what's the question? I want to hear it.
No, he's
Something about
asking.
Dr.
No,
Dane and Anna?
he's asking you to ask me if I wanted to see Dr. Dan or Anna nude.
Okay. Would you rather see Dr. Dan Diaco, Esquire, our hero, or would you rather see Anna Homo nude? I bet you would look the same either way.
They
You
both
seen him,
work
bro? You
out.
know
They
what I'm talking
both.
about?
Yeah, I
I would
know.
rather see Anna, but
Well, that's because you're really here's the deal. I know why you said Anna, because you're probably a little bit, I won't say anti-gay, but you would never admit that you're attracted to a man because you're so rugged. But I, on the other hand, who am so comfortable in my sexuality, I can safely say I have more animalistic sexual attraction for Dr. Dan Diaco, Esquire, or Hero than I do for Anna Hummel. However, I do think I like Anna Hummel more because we could click and have a better time if we were like hung out, went out to eat or whatever. We'd have great conversation. We bounce back and forth off of each other. Sometimes my conversations with Dr. Dan are kind of awkward. I still love Dr. Dan, don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying, when it comes to back and forth personal interaction, I would much rather go out to eat with Anna than I would with Dan, but I'd much rather see Dan naked than Anna, if that makes any sense.
Hey guys, how's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's staying safe. Click the like button, you cowards.
I want to try a Jake Hudson imitation. Would you mind?
Go ahead.
Hey everybody, I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's staying safe. Make sure you click the link in the bottom and you can tip me if you want to tip me. And make sure everybody's doing well. I hope you're doing safe. No, yes, Bobby, be honest.
I like it. Yeah.
Was it good or was it no good?
It was good.
Thank you.
Mm,
I wasn't trying. That's just something I figured I'd throw something out there. You don't get nowhere if you don't try it, right?
yeah, you don't try. If you don't try, you don't try.
Fuck yeah, baby. I'm ready.
Hey, I hope everybody loves turnip greens. Tell
That's me
Joe
trying to hear.
to stick to his Buzzy Bob impression.
Oh, you want a Buzzard Bob impersonation?
No, Texas, tell Joe.
Let me see. Let me see what
Tell,
I can do.
tell Joe to stick to his Buzzard Bob impression instead of doing other impressions.
All right, let me see about Buzzard Bob. Let me see. Hey,
He
you
wants
bunch of
you.
assholes. You bunch of vulgar, filthy bastards. Freaking Joe the supermarket's talking about eating ass again. But I'm driving around town on my lark. They hooked up a truck gimmick in the backside so I can haul little things. I'm hauling my diapers. I'd had 10 strokes, so I ain't the man I used to be, but I'm ass. But I only eat ass from the front now because that's all I can do. I can't really get back there like I used to. I'm not the man I used to be, but you bunch of filthy bastards. See me later. Come out. Buzzer out. Here's the thing. I don't even know how Buzzer Bob talks, so that's just me just throwing shit to the wall and seeing if it sticks. You can get shit to stink to the wall too if you try hard enough. If you lob it soft, it's not going to stick. But I was a master at getting shit to stink because not stink. My shit never stunk until I got here. But getting it to stick, I didn't know this, but apparently when I was younger, when I would wipe my ass in the bathroom, I would wipe so ferociously hard to get as clean as I could that I would send droplets of shit all over the door, the door to the bathroom. And I didn't
Oh
realize it
damn!
until it was too late. But, my mother pointed out, like, you got shit all over the door. And not big visible, but if you really magnify it and you look at all the little droplets, it was all the shit over years and years of shitting. It took a long time to get it built up to where we had it, but it was nice. I'm really going to miss that door. Hey, Bobby, let me ask you a question. I just brought up something. I brought up magnification, and I brought up using a magnifying glass to see something. I have to use the magnifier app on my phone in order to see something sometimes, like an emote in my Twitch stream. I got to use the magnifier so I can get right up there and see what's going on. Now, I want to ask you a question. I want to ask Jake too. If you had to define magnification, well, how would you define magnifying something? What is it? What does it mean to magnify something?
To magnify something, I guess to kind of hone in on it, to get a
Give Jake a shot, and
closer
then
up view.
that's a pretty smart answer. Jake, what's your answer?
Magnify means see something that is small.
So to magnify something means what?
Small
So to magnify something means small?
means look at something small.
Okay. That's not right.
So
And Bobby was really, really close. See, here's what everybody says. When you ask them what magnification means, what it means to magnify something, 99 out of 100 people will say to make something bigger. Does that
Yeah.
make sense? Is that a good answer?
Yeah.
It's not true. That's not the case. When I use the magnifier so I can see something on my TV that's too small, like Jake, when they do wrestling and they do picture in picture, I can't see the little picture when they go to commercials. So I break out my phone, I turn on the magnifier, and I hold it up, and I can see in my phone what's on the TV. Now, if magnification is making something bigger, did I grow the TV? Did I make the TV bigger because I put on my magnifier? The TV is the same size, right?
Right. Yeah.
Just like if you magnify like a bug and you look down on the bug, does the bug grow? No. Magnification means to change your perspective. You're changing your perspective on it by magnifying it. You're not making it bigger. You're making your perception of it bigger. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
The reason why this topic came up and the reason why I learned that was in church. They were talking about, oh, magnify thee, oh Lord. And everybody says, oh, when you magnify God, you're making him bigger. God can't get any bigger. He's God. The only thing that could be magnified as far as he's concerned is our perception of him, right? Man, my nose is so itchy. This thing is old, this cannula. And when they get old, they get hard. They're really soft and malleable when you first get them. But I've had this long enough to have it on for a while in my home and then at the emergency room and then here. I should have got a new one while I was at the emergency room. I don't think they have any here. It's a damn shame. Bobby, I want to know more about you, brother. Tell us about yourself. What's your hobby? What's your passion?
Podcasting, really, right now.
Yeah.
That's what I do, man. That's what
So
I do.
how long have you been doing that?
I've been doing that for about 2 years now.
Nice. Now, in your experience, let's just say, I'm not asking for a pat on the back or a middle finger, but what do you think so far of dealing with me? Do I talk too much? Do I just does my shit not is my shit relevant? Is it good? Is it not? Are you entertained or are you annoyed? Like just give me a rundown on what you know so far, what we've
Oh
experienced.
yeah, I'm entertained. Yeah, you got a good talking voice. You're you're an interesting dude. So yeah.
The only
Yeah,
reason I ask is because Jake, I know Jake thinks that this is the greatest thing since sliced bread part 2 because we did the greatest thing since sliced bread yesterday. But the reason why I ask is because the same reason people love me is the same reason people hate me because I'm right and I tell the truth. So that being said, I'm still the same person no matter what all the time, but it's their perception of me that changes. So you'll have people that used to like me, but now they hate my guts. You'll have people that used to hate my guts that now they like me. Tampa Terry, what's up, brother? That's me and Tampa Terry. I'm sure everybody used to go at it, right? But then he, quote unquote, took the high road. So now Tampa Terry and I are great friends.
yeah.
And Tampa Terry is actually the one that talked me into streaming on Twitch. He's like, but dude, with all you go through, your daily drama, you're always getting into something no matter what. Your life is like a movie. You need to be putting that shit on Twitch. I'm like, yeah, but I don't know. I want to wait till I get my hair cut. You know, I haven't had a haircut in a year. My barber retired and they keep promising me a haircut here, but I'm not getting it. It's just, but everybody wants to know, hey, when are you going to shave that beard off? Like, no, I want to be bald. I want to shave my shit bald. But this is nice, you know. I never had this before. But that's too much about me. I want to know more about you, Bobby.
Oh, what do you want to know, man?
All right, let's see. I'm going to bet that you're 45 years old.
Oh, you are exactly correct. Yeah.
The reason why, and I blew this mind earlier, a lovely lady, she was in my chat, Amy. I'm sure, I don't know if anybody knows her. I think her name is Amy Canna on Twitch. And we had a very long conversation this morning, and I was able to guess her birth month. I was able to guess her birthday. All she said to me was, we're about the same age. That's what she said. I asked God for the rest. So I guessed the month and I guessed the year, and her mind was blown. I don't take the credit. I don't take the credit for anything. I don't take the credit for my thoughts or what comes out of my mouth.
How old do you think I am?
42.
I'm 30.
That's fine.
You're 12 years off.
Brother, I respect you enough to think that you're of my same age, you have the same experience. Based on the fact that you're 30, you still haven't even figured out who the fuck you are. You got some work to do before you really put your foot down and say, this is the person that I'm going to be for the rest of my life. Because I'm a firm believer that you don't know who the fuck you are until you're 30. Like, I thought I knew who I was at 24.
Good morning, Hat Rider. Good morning, Demon. How you doing?
Hey, Akrad, how's it going, man?
Yeah, I know that there's a lot of people that are streamers or watch streaming or listen to Bubba. The belief in God isn't with everybody. And I could give a fuck less what anybody else believes because I don't live for the pleasure of people. I live for the pleasure of God. When I die, when my heart stops beating, I'm not going to answer to that guy who just whatever that was, whatever act, Dick Licker, or whatever his name is. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to answer to him. I'm going to answer to God. So everybody can have their opinion, and their opinion's not wrong because it's their opinion, and that's free to believe and say God doesn't exist. But when you have nowhere else to turn, when your life has absolutely gotten as worse as it possibly can, when you've almost died 5 times and you still are alive, you can look at that as a really bad thing. God, why didn't you just fucking let me die 5 times ago? Why am I still alive? Why am I still going through this? But but God, my favorite 2 words. But God has a purpose for me. And whether it is
Yeah.
showing people that he does exist and showing people that he's been there the whole time, whether even if I had left him, he's there. None of this matters to the people that don't believe in God, but maybe there's one person. Maybe there's one person that can hear the testimony. We've already heard the things that I've been through, but we don't know where I'm going. Only God does. But if I wasn't going somewhere and I didn't have a big destiny, that God would have taken me 5 times ago. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what your belief system is. I don't know, Bobby. What is your take on God?
Uh,
By the way,
I've struggled with that throughout my life. I don't necessarily believe in like the God of the Bible, but at this point in my life, I think I do believe in like a higher power.
Yeah, I was going to say that before you said it, but I wanted to let you say it because that's everybody that doesn't believe in God. They believe there's something. They believe there's something out there. It's not just us, right? There's something bigger. There's something higher. But a lot of people have trouble believing in God just because it's so easy to doubt God. Just like they say, it's it's easier to smile than it is to frown. I guess you use more muscles in your mouth when you frown than when you smile. So it's just easier to even
um,
go ahead. I know you
like,
like to. I want to hear you talk. So anytime you want to talk, chime in and I'll stop.
Johnny. By the way, Johnny Crutches is live right now on Twitch.
Who?
Oh, is
What
he?
happened? Let me hear you again. What did you say?
Some Steel Toe is By the way, they were supposed to come back today, Aaron and April, but they are going back tomorrow. Coming back tomorrow.
What time is that?
Steel Toe Morning Show is a radio show. It's they got their start because Bubba gave them their start back in 2020, 2021.
And what are the people's names?
Aaron M. Holt and April M. Holt.
I don't know why I don't recall those names. I was listening. I never missed a show. Although in
Uh,
2020 is when I was really. If it was in early 2020, I
no,
was.
it was late 2020. Seth Cush, they did a Seth Cush Bubba the Clement Cush show or
Oh, it wasn't on the main show. It was on a podcast.
yeah,
All right, I remember them then.
you
I
know what I
just don't
mean.
recall them ever being on the main show. I know he had 2 other guys on the main show, Dan and somebody. I guess these guys are on Twitch. They got a big show. They got a nice setup. But I don't. I liked them. I followed them just because they were on Bubba's show. But I don't have time for nothing but Bubba.
Oh, Tom and Dan. Tom and Dan.
Oh yeah. They're those guys. He actually liked those guys too.
Yeah, because they're in Orlando.
So did you
They're
say 6 to 10 for the steel toe gimmick?
6 to 10, 6 to 10 every. But the person's still going at 11 o'clock right now. It's 12 o'clock.
Oh, it's the same person that does the steel toe morning show. Is the same people, or they
No,
have other people?
they right now it's Johnny Crutches who streams on Twitch. He just kidding LLC.
Wow, that's great. If that's what you're into, then by all means, get crazy.
Yeah,
Bobby,
but
what do you think? Do you think it's good stuff, that steel toe stuff?
I like it sometimes. Uh,
Cemetery brother, what's up? Info
it
Wars
it
back on
it
Twitter.
depends. Uh,
By the way, Info
Now,
Wars is back on Twitter.
do
Sometimes
you
it's just
think
the
that
same old
if
shit.
if
But
you had to compare your podcast, or even just what you think of, because you listen back to yourself after you do stuff?
oh yeah. I
Do you
mean,
think when you hear it back, what do you think? Do you like what you hear?
I don't know. I don't know. Well,
Because after we did what we did yesterday, I checked it out on YouTube live. I'm live right now on Twitch. And
yeah.
and Tampa Terry has a question he wants me to ask you. I will ask in a second. But
I know. I saw it. I
so
saw it.
what's the deal? Are you were you a Jehovah's Witness?
No,
Okay, then answer is done. What was I just talking about?
you were saying something
Oh, I was
live.
reviewing yesterday's stuff, and literally anywhere that I went to, as I scrolled across the video, everything was awesome. Everything. I mean, literally, I don't know if I'm just partial to myself, But every Bubba call I've ever done, I listen back, and it's not me that's awesome. It's Bubba that's awesome and what he's getting out of me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you have a great host, I was just telling this to Jake Hudson yesterday. Obviously, he's a great host because he can get all the good stuff out of me, which I gave him yesterday. Just like
Yeah.
today. I don't know if today's as good as yesterday. What do you think, Jake?
I think yesterday was better than today
I
because
know you. I can feel your energy, bro. See, when I came in, Bobby, yesterday, Jake was down. He was practically falling asleep. He was done. He wasn't even
Was he?
talking. He was just heavy breathing,
Yeah.
humming a little bit. But as soon as I got my little hands on him, he jacked way up. He got
Yeah.
he
because
got all jacked
it
up.
was getting to the point where I was getting bored. I get bored when there's like no one talking in my stream.
Right. Yeah.
See, as
But
long as I got somebody, as long as I know somebody's there, I'll talk to the cows come home. I'll get crazy, as long as I know I got people, even if it's just one person, just say you're there. And if I know you're there, I'll give you something. But if I see people there and nobody's chatting at all, not even one person,
yeah.
that pisses me off.
I want to say something. Sorry to interrupt. Maria said I don't like Steel Toe. He talks crap about Bubba sometimes, but I don't like. Here's the thing: I'm more of a Bubba fan than Steel Toe fan right now because everybody in Steel Toe's chat hates me because of what I've said in the past or something that I was involved in last year. And a lot of those guys hate me because they can't control me. I love Bubba. Bubba's a good person, but it's some of the mods over there that I don't like over on Bubba Loves
Name
Fun.
one. Who don't you like? Say it. I'll say it if you don't.
Um, one of the people that don't like me is Granny Loves Getting Banned or Granny Loves Anal.
Yeah, he's not relevant.
He's not relevant. And
Nobody knows who he is. So you can.
also Rusty Grammar doesn't like me.
I
Uh,
don't think Rusty Grammer likes anybody. That's these guys' problems. A lot of these guys that have a problem with, they just hate themselves. I kind of figured that out. I learned this from Rush Limbaugh. Rush Limbaugh said, because he's dead, but when he was alive, he said, listen to what your enemy is accusing you of. They'll tell you exactly what they're guilty of. So right now, Iggy McGillicuddy has me banned from everything in Bubba's world because the quote unquote hateful conduct, right? But every word out of his mouth in the Bubba's chats is all hateful. Hateful. He said the most horrible things about Anna Hummel every day. Horrible. And yeah, he may be kidding, but the people in the chat don't know that. And he says hateful things about everybody all the time. So listen to what your accuser is accusing you of, and they'll tell you exactly what they're guilty of. The same
yeah,
people that wish death on me, they must want to die themselves, and that's why all they think about is death. It's a
yeah.
damn shame.
We're having a
But
good
I'll
show,
call
by the
everyone of them out
way.
because I don't give a fuck.
Hey,
Not only will I call out every motherfucking hater that hates me for no reason, because I don't know them. Okay, I don't know them, so I can't hate them. So how can they hate me? They've never been here. They've never been in my home. We've never interacted. We've never even had a telephone conversation. They hate me because of the person that I am in chat. So I figured out they don't hate Joe Lupian. They don't hate Holyoke Joe Lupian. They hate Joe the Supermark. That's who they hate. But the same way you hate the antagonist in a movie, the same way you hate the bad guy, Destro and G.I. Joe. But I bet you, Bobby, I bet you like the heels sometimes. Like, I bet you like the Joker over Batman, right?
Sometimes, yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Sometimes
you're
I'm rooting.
saying wait on it.
Sometimes I'm rooting. Sometimes I'm rooting for the murderer. In a horror movie.
We all are. That's because we're cool. So we will root for the heel. We will root for the antagonist and root against the protagonist. That's why. Did y'all ever watch The Punisher on Netflix?
It's been a while, but I have, yeah.
You saw it, right?
Yeah.
That when I saw that, man, oh my God, I got so jacked up. I just wanted to just exact revenge on everybody that ever pissed me off. So I just lived vicariously through him. I couldn't believe the shit that dude had to go through to finally get through it and blast everybody that ever pissed him off.
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I just also want to say thank you to anyone that's watching the stream. Like the stream, y'all. Share the stream, y'all, if you guys can. If anyone is if you guys are over in Joe's chat, give some subs. Let's get this guy a hype train, y'all.
I had a hype train today. It was the second one I've ever had.
Hey, all right, hey guys, I'm gonna roll because we're at the 1 hour and 42 minute mark, and we try to keep these. I'll try to keep these under 2 hours.
Bobby, did
Sometimes.
I fuck up your time, bro? Did I take up your time?
Oh no, not
No,
at all. Not
I
at
feel
all.
like
he,
I didn't know you were coming on, and I felt like if
no,
he
he,
already had you
no,
scheduled to come
no,
on.
no, I have nobody scheduled. Here's the thing,
No.
Joe.
Oh, okay.
This is a panel, and here's the thing. Bobby Nick gets his shit in. This is a lot of times we call him Silent Bob for a reason.
So yeah,
I don't talk a whole hell of a lot.
he sent me the link through Messenger, and
Yeah.
I just clicked on it, StreamYard Willie, and then I ended up here. I didn't know that, I didn't know what he was saying prior. I didn't know if you were scheduled to come on. But Bobby,
I
you may not
know.
say a lot, but I feel like when you do talk, it means something. I feel like
Yeah.
because you
Well,
say
I appreciate
less,
that.
it means
Go
more.
check out No Filter. Go check out No Filter on YouTube.
Yeah,
Joe,
no filter with Andrew and friends. Yeah.
No
Andrew,
What's
filter with Andrew
and
and friends. That's type
yeah,
that in the search.
yeah, yeah. What's your Twitch channel?
um,
Holyoke Joe,
I'll
HOLYOKEJOE1. I wish I
check your
didn't have
face.
to have the one, but my mother got the original Holyoke Joe account, so I'm Holyoke Joe 1.
Check your Facebook, Bobby. That's the channel right there.
I found it.
Bobby, you'd be surprised. And just I stream from like as soon as Bubba's done, I stream all the way until 10, 11 at night when the wrestling's done.
Yeah.
And just the day to day, bro. Oh my God. These people that are here, some of the aides and stuff, are just fucking brain dead. I don't know what the problem is. I believe it's the hiring manager's fault because how many brain dead people do you have to deal with? You know what I mean? It's absolutely insane. So I snapped. I went ape shit yesterday. I went even more ape shit the day before. I don't know. Sometimes people don't like that. Why is he so mean? Why is he so rude? But if when your life and your care is in other people's hands and they just constantly keep fucking up, like just absolutely insane the stuff that they do and don't do,
Yeah.
it just, yeah, you gotta yell, I guess. That's the deal.
Hey, by the way, I just want to say something to you. I just wanted to let you know that I sent you the No Filter thing, Joe, and Bobby. I sent you Holyoke's Twitch page.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll just click subscribe, and that means that's free. You go, boom. It's nothing to sub to somebody's channel, right?
Right. Yeah.
Bobby, you're on Twitch?
No, I'm actually not on Twitch. Well,
Oh, no
on
shit.
Yeah,
on
No, I
B,
mean, like,
on B, on BYB, we're on Twitch. I guess. Yeah.
you have a
Gotcha.
Twitch account, is what I'm asking.
Oh, I do have a Twitch account. Yeah. I don't broadcast on
So
it.
you can. Oh, look at it. Is that you right there,
Oh, let me
Bobby
see.
Nick?
Yeah.
You threw me a follow.
Yeah, I did.
I
100%.
appreciate you, brother. Look at, I'm
hey,
asking you if you're on Twitch, and you're right here in front of my face. Bobby Nick
hey,
follows
hey,
you.
Holyoke, can I be a moderator in your chat?
Yeah, sure. Where's your last thing? I'll mod you up right now.
I'll type right now.
I got you. I got you right here. Jake. Oh, hold on there. I wonder if I can do this and it won't fuck shit up. Let me try. Ta-da, we'll go over to here. Mod Willie. Bam. You're in. So the next time you type, you'll see your knife, your sword,
I
whatever you
got,
call
I
it.
got to see it. I'm already in there. I'm already
Jake
in.
Cuts is in the cut. That's it.
So
Jake
now,
Cuts has got
so
mod
now,
power now.
There you
so
go.
now it's so now no one can fuck with me in your chat now.
Yeah, well, just remember, I got overrule, so
Yeah, I know. I
it's
won't
all
fuck with
jokes,
this
bro.
shit.
It ain't that serious. When you break it all down at the end of the day, it's all just words.
Yeah.
So nothing we say is going to make or break anybody's lifestyle for real. The only thing I can hope is that for the short period of time that I got to talk about my Lord and Savior, that if it just touched one person and anything I said just makes sense, and they said to themselves, you know what? I haven't really needed God, so that's why I feel like there isn't a God. But eventually, I'm gonna go through some type of adversity, and when I
You
do, and I
know,
have nowhere else to turn, I'm gonna have to look up, and I'm gonna have to say, "Help, God, help me." That's all you
hey,
need. So people say, "Oh, I can't pray. I don't know what to say." I say, "God, can you help me?" Amy's back. Butter is so beautiful. Yo, Amy's so awesome. She's gonna make me some cookies and send them out. Special cookies.
hey, what's,
Ooh.
I just want to say, that God is always great. I'm very blessed and very humble about what I've gotten in this business. You know, everyone says, oh, you say that a lot. I'm very blessed about. I was told at a young age I would never make my 21st birthday. I made my 21st birthday and 9 more birthdays.
Congratulations, bro. When's your birthday?
July 28th.
July 28th?
Yeah,
I'm July 10th, so you got 18 days on me. But you're mad young, bro. You got a lot of lessons left to learn.
yeah. And you know what the thing is you learn a lot when you go through when you have autism, when you have ADHD and Asperger's like I do. Sometimes learn this world is not made for you.
I heard Buzzard Bob eats ass burgers.
Those are
Do you
Bob's.
know about Buzzard Bob, Bobby?
I've heard about them. I don't really
So
know.
there's this
Choking with
whole
the
gimmick. See,
buzzer.
I
Choking with the buzzer.
when I first was unable to walk in 2018, I was just laying on my sofa, elevating my legs 23 hours a day. I was on the phone with Buzzard Bob all the time while he's over the road trucking. And I just tried to help him pass the time. I had nothing better to do. I wasted my time talking to him. And then he turned around to be the biggest piece of shit that I've ever met in my entire life. He's spreading lies. He's saying that I was saying bad things about his wife and his daughter. I don't even know I knew he had a wife because he said it. I never knew he had a daughter. I didn't think that man could reproduce. He's useless. But then he turned on me. So what the fuck am I going to do? I tried to forgive and make it better. He doesn't care. I apologize for whatever he thought I said about his wife and daughter. He said, I don't accept your apology. I never would. So, and then he just continues to say horrible things, whether it's Facebook, a chat room, anytime he gets a chance. Holyoke Joe's a piece of shit. He's an idiot. He sucks and all this bad shit. So
I just followed Amy, by the
once he
way.
started this, Bobby, you know what I did? I started the Buzzard Bob Eats Ass campaign. And I
There
didn't
you
think it
go.
was going to stick. I said it once and it just grew legs. And then it just took off. So now you can't hear about eating ass without thinking about Buzzard Bob. You can't think about Buzzard Bob
Hey,
without thinking about eating ass.
Joe, Joe, Joe.
I can hear you. Waiting.
I just followed Amy on Twitch.
Oh, you did? That's nice. Yeah, Amy's awesome. We had a fire conversation today. Just absolute fire. Fire, fire, fire. And she's going to send me a Christmas special package, so to speak, just in time for the holidays. Some Christmas
Christmas
cookies.
is Christmas is in 13 days.
I know, man, and it's just insane. It's really, really. I can't take the fact that I'm going to be sitting here alone on Christmas Day while my mother's in a nursing home, and she won't be alone. She is a miserable person next to her that rides the TV so loud I can't even talk to my own mother on the phone because the other person's TV is so loud I can't even hear her. So that's where I'm at. I can't even talk to my own mother on a daily basis. She just started watching me on Twitch, and she was my 90-second follow. She's only been watching for 3 days. I hope she's watching now. If you are, hi, Mom. So, yeah, just back to the Buzzard Bob thing. That's where the eating ass thing comes from, Bobby. So when I said Buzzard Bob eats ass burgers, you get it?
Yeah,
He
100%. Yeah.
takes the BH and he takes the top and bottom bun. Of course, he grills the bun first, and then he puts the buns right inside the butt
Um,
cheeks. And he goes, "Mm, mm."
hey, I'm having a lot of fun.
All right, that's good, Jake. It's always good to have fun.
You know what? I don't have a. When we are having fun, when we're having fun, we're not. By the way, I want to show some people this. If you guys don't mind, I got back my Twitch recap.
Yeah.
Right, number one.
I want to hear these numbers. I'm excited because I didn't know about it, and I got my numbers yesterday. Mind blowing.
You guys are gonna see it on the screen here.
Oh, I want to see it. Hell yeah!
All right. Switch
Let me
recap
turn the
here.
camera this.
Oh, you gone.
This is the first one. This is my creator recap. 345 hours watched. Total stream 504 streams. 270 new followers.
Nice.
Wow.
Sorry. Hello?
I'm here. Huh? I guess you can't.
Hey, did you see Wendy's show last night? Oh boy, a civil war broke out with Wendy's fans and supporters. Had to slow out back out of the room.
Oh, mama.
Yeah, I heard about it. I was already sleeping by the time. Well, I guess I wasn't. I was on BYB for a long
The hell
time.
is that?
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't
this
know.
is-
I don't
this
know
is-
that. She sent a thing in our Discord.
Now, what do you guys call her? Do you use her? Can you hear me? You can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Do you guys use her full name? Or do you just stop at Wendy?
We just call her Wendy Pack.
Wendy what?
Wendy Pack.
Wendy Pack,
Yeah.
like PAC?
Yeah.
K.
PACK. Yeah.
Like the wolf pack.
Right.
Wendy's back, causing mass destruction.
Hey, by the way, there's a Holy Oak Joe. Joe, your mom's in the chat.
Yeah, I found out. That's exciting. I thought she was. And that I cracked up a little bit right in the middle of when I was talking because Amy's nice enough to fire up a bowl for me. So that's pretty nice. Even though I'm here and I'm pretending, I can still just be high on life, which I am.
By the way, I just followed your mom, by the way. I just
You
followed
did?
your mom, Joe.
That's tremendous. Yeah, my mom is over, dude. She was putting in work when I first started streaming. She would yell at me from her room and bark out things, but then Jack Mahogoff would throw her crazy questions like, "Hey, Karen, do you want to have sex with black guys?" And she loves black guys, so the answer was always, of course. So she became a character too, but now she's the only way she could be is like we just did. If she types in chat, I could see her and actually understand what she's saying. When if I try to contact her, whether it's via the internet, on Messenger, or phone line, I don't know if it's her phone or if it's the signal where she's at, but I can't even contact my own mother. And if there's nothing more frustrating than that, you can only imagine. Imagine you're in my situation and you can't talk to, because I can't get nobody else to answer their phone. My friend, the only one that answers is Maria Guatemala. She'll say, I answer every time you call. She's the only person that I talk to on a daily basis or even semi-daily basis that answers their phone when I call. Nobody else. I go to voicemail no matter who I call. It's pretty sad, but I don't know. I should be used to it.
Hey, guys, I think we need to end. We need to
End it.
Joe, I'll raid you again, Joe.
Oh, you're going to raid my ass? Bobby, where are you going to go? What are you going to do right now?
Probably just gonna chill for a while.
Hell yeah. Do you have a wife?
He's got a podcast at 6 p.m.
No.
He's got a podcast.
No wife. You got a girlfriend?
No, nothing.
Do you stand any chance of getting laid today, Bobby?
Probably not. No, unless I hire a hooker.
Okay, that's fair. How are the hookers in Canada?
They're pretty sleazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They just lay there?
Well, I mean, depends how much money you have.
All right, guys, we're gonna go send on Twitch. We're gonna send our guys over to Holy Oak Joe, guys. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day.
I'm gonna jack as soon as everybody comes over. I'm jacking live on Twitch, so get excited.
All right, guys. Talk to you, Nara. Bye.
Peace out.
Nice to meet you, Bobby. Rock and roll, partner.
Don't leave yet. Don't
good to
leave
be here,
yet. Don't leave yet. We're not